I'm so confused. It's too soon to be having feelings for you.
Maybe feelings are feelings because we can't control them.
But I have to control them, because I can't go through losing somebody again. It's too painful.
So what? You're just gonna shut down? I really like you. There's no chance we can ever be together?
Only if you could promise me you'll never die.
I promise. I will never die.
Are we gonna have a final puke in gold and silver and break the 1670 lows marginally? It's very possible. And if we do break that triple bottom, I believe the final low until the end game will be in. Hey guys, Rafi here from the Endgame Investor, and today I wanted to go into something I never talk about it. I'm going to talk about it today, and that is the commitment of traders reports. Some people call them the COTs, other people call them the COTs. And what this is basically an overview of the categorized traders on the futures markets for different commodities and what they hold, longs and shorts. And they are disaggregated in different categories, and those are the producers, the swaps, which are the bullion banks, the managed money, and the others, and the non-reportables. So basically, the producers are producers of that commodity, and they're usually short because they want to lock in a price for the commodity that they dig out of the ground or pump out of the ground or whatever they do, and they are usually net short. Managed money are speculators. They are usually net long, almost always net long, especially in gold and silver. Then there are the swaps. The reason they're called the swaps is because they are both long and short, but usually net short, almost always net short. They have longs and shorts, and they swap and they make markets for speculators and for producers, and they hand each side their contracts, and therefore they're called the swaps. They are banks. Then you have the others, which are miscellaneous people, and the non-reportables, which are the small speculators like retail traders who buy one or two futures contracts at a time. Now, the COT reports, the disaggregated reports, are showing very rare numbers these days, and I was alerted to this video from Arcadia Economics. My friend Chris Marcus and Dave Kranzler is the star of this video. You can see here, there's Dave Kranzler, and I'm Rafi Farber, so I guess that means that his ancestors in Europe used to Kranzl and mine used to Farb. I don't really know what that means. I think it's leather tanning or something. But anyway, it says here, gold, silver, COT, as bullish as I've ever seen. So I saw that title, and then I went into the COTs, which I almost never look at, and he's right. They are very unique. We're going to go into them now. And by the way, if you want to watch Dave Kranzler's video, I highly recommend it. I'll put a link in the description below. He's on our team. Anyway, I looked at the managed money net positions, meaning the longs versus the shorts held by managed money. This means hedge funds. They are almost always net long because they're speculating on gold and have more long contracts than short contracts. However, at this point, they are more short than long, which means they are following the trend and they're getting sucked into it. And here, these long black rectangles, going all the way back here to 2006, these long black rectangles are the matchup between, here is the zero line, this horizontal black line here, that's the zero line for net positions. Here is net short below zero. The last time it happened here was late 2015. That was bear market bottom in gold. And here it happened again in 2018. And that was also an intermediate bottom before the big advance going into the August 2020 high. And now we are seeing net short positions by the money managers for only the third time since 2006. So yes, this is unique. They are net short 18,738 contracts as of July 20-something, 2020-something to 2022. That's the year it is. And now this really surprised me because I wasn't expecting it. This is the net short position by the bullion banks, the swaps. And these guys are almost always net short. So right now they're net short 87,219 contracts. This is a record low for their short positions, means they covered, it looks like here they were at 240,000 net short positions, and now it's 87,000 net short positions. So that means they covered about 153,000 contracts. They covered 150,000 shorts since April. That is enormous. And we are back in the ballpark of the lows for pre-COVID times, and they haven't succeeded in covering this many shorts since basically 2019. And here is the third thing that is very unique about the current COT reports. The producers, the gold miners, and also the jewelers and merchants and users of gold that want to lock in a price for the gold that they need or the gold they're going to produce. But here is the short positions, the gross short positions for producers, and they're at an all-time record low. And these guys are not going short gold. They do not want to lock in a price because they believe that it is going up very soon. Their total gross short positions are even lower than what they were at bear market bottom in 2015. This is remarkable. And I wanted to address one more thing. Now, since April, when the bullion banks were net negative 240,000 contracts, and now they're negative about 150,000 contracts less than that. They've covered 150,000 contracts. Why is that open interest is still higher than it was a month ago? And the answer is that the parties in the COTs are hedging themselves to a higher degree. Instead of liquidating contracts, if they're net short, they're adding more longs, and if they're net long, they're adding more shorts. So they're hedging to a higher degree. And that, of course, is okay as long as the paper markets survive. However, what is the problem with this? What is the potential mess up that could happen? Let's say that you own one contract short, you sold one contract short, and you have one contract long. So by the book, you are balanced. So you sell one contract short, let's say you earn $100 on that sale, and you buy one contract long for $100. So you are a net zero. Now, let's say that the short that you sold the contract to is long, meaning you're short, the guy you sold it to is long, and the guy who's long wants delivery of that gold, but you don't have it. What you do have is you have a long contract. So let's say you call delivery on that long contract to get the gold that you are owed on that long contract. But let's say the guy who sold you the contract himself cannot deliver the gold. So then you cannot deliver the gold to the guy who you sold the short to, and you are out your money, your dollars, or whatever you put there. Meaning you can't hedge against yourself if there's no gold. If somebody calls for delivery on the contract that you're short and you can't deliver it because the guy who you bought the long from can't deliver it, and then the whole pyramid falls anyway. And so my point is, you can hedge against yourself to balance yourself out in dollar terms. But if there is a massive call for delivery on both sides of the equation, these futures contracts are going to go to zero anyway, and anyone who put any money in will lose it all. And the only value will be in actual physical gold you can hold in your hand. That day is coming. It's going to come suddenly. We don't know exactly when, but it is necessary. And it is an integral part of the end game. And so all these parties, all these traders that are increasing their book size and increasing open interest in the gold futures markets, they're all going to get screwed at some point. And so in review, we have the managed money, the hedge funds, net short gold for the first time since 2018 and only for the third time since 2008. And we have the producers who have the lowest amount of short positions since ever. And we have the bullion banks who've been able to cover 150,000 contracts short. These are all extremely bullish signs. Has gold bottomed? Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but very, very soon. These COT numbers are unique and they cannot be sustained. And the bottom is very close, if not in. And on that note, I'll let you go for the day.